or a Walmart. It's what happens when the American worker doesn't have a voice at the negotiating table, when leaders change their positions on trade with the politics of the moment. And that is why we need a president who will listen not just to Wall Street, but to Main Street. A president who will stand with workers, not just when it's easy, but when it's hard. And that's the kind of president I intend to be when I'm president of the United States of America. It's a game where Democrats and Republicans fail to come together year after year after year, while another mother goes without health care for a sick child. That's why we have to put an end to the divisions and distractions in Washington, so that we can unite this nation around a common purpose, around a higher purpose. It's a game where the only way for Democrats to look tough on national security is by talking and acting and voting like Bush-McCain Republicans, while our troops are sent to fight tour after tour of duty in a war that should have never been authorized and should have never been waged. That's what happens when we use 9/11 to scare our votes, instead of bringing together the people around a common purpose. That's why we need to do more than end the war. We need to end the mindset that got us in the war. And that's the choice in this primary. It's about whether we choose to play the game or whether we choose to end it. It's change that polls well, or change we can actually believe in. It's the past versus the future. It's about whether we're looking backwards or whether we're marching forward. And when I'm the Democratic nominee for president, that will be the choice we have in November. Understand this. John McCain, the likely Republican nominee, is an American hero. We honor his service to our nation. We honor his service, but his priorities don't address the real problems of the American people, because they are bound to the failed policies of the past. George Bush won't be on the ballot this November. George Bush won't be on this ballot. My cousin Dick Cheney won't be on this ballot. But the Bush-Cheney war, and the Bush-Cheney tax cuts for the wealthy, those will be on the ballot. When I am the nominee, I will offer a clear choice. John McCain won't be able to say that I ever supported this war in Iraq, because I opposed it from the start. Senator McCain said the other day that we might be mired for 100 years in Iraq. 100 years, which is reason enough not to give him 4 years in the White House. If we had chosen a different path, the right path, we could have finished the job in Afghanistan and put more resources into the fight against bin Laden. And instead of spending hundreds of billions of dollars in Baghdad, we could have put that money into our schools and our hospitals. I admired Senator McCain when he stood up and said that he defended his conscience to support the Bush tax cuts for the wealthy in a time of war. That he couldn't support a tax cut where so many of the benefits go to the most fortunate. That's a quote. But somewhere along the road to the Republican nomination, the Straight Talk Express lost its wheels because now he's all for those same tax cuts. Well, I am not. We can't keep spending money that we don't have in a war that shouldn't have been fought. We can't keep mortgaging our children's future on a mountain of debt. We can't keep driving a wider and wider gap between the few who are rich and the rest who are struggling to keep pace. It is time to turn the page and write a new chapter. In this country. Everywhere I go, I meet Americans who can't wait another day for change. You're not just showing up to hear a speech. They need to know that politics can make a difference in their lives, but it's not too late to reclaim the American dream. It's a dream shared in big cities and small towns, across races, regions, and religions, that if you work hard, you can support a family. That if you get sick, there will be health care you can afford. That you can retire with dignity and security and respect that you have earned. That your kids can get a good education and young people can go to college even if they're not rich. That's our common hope. That's why we don't call it Joe's dream, or Sally's dream, or Susan's dream, or Jim's dream. We call it the American dream because it's a dream we have for ourselves and our own families, but it's a dream we have for everybody. It's the dream of the father who goes to work before dawn and lies awake at night wondering how he's going to pay the bills. He needs us to restore fairness to our economy by putting tax cuts into the pockets of working people and seniors and struggling homeowners. It's the dream of the woman who told me she works the night shift after a full day of college and still can't afford health care for a sister who's ill. She needs us to finally come together to make health care affordable and available for every single American. That is long overdue. It's the dream of the senior I met who lost his pension when the company he gave his life to went bankrupt. He doesn't need bankruptcy laws that protect banks and big lenders. He needs us to protect pensions, not CEO bonuses, and to do what it takes to make sure that we're not the people who count on Social Security today, tomorrow, and forever. That's what he needs. That's his dream. Teacher who works at a donut shop after school just to make ends meet. She needs better pay and more support and the freedom to do more than just teach to the test because we want our children to learn art and music. And if your students want to go on to college, they shouldn't fear decades of debt, which is why I'll make college affordable with an annual $4,000 tuition credit every student, every year. But you won't get it for free, young people. You're going to have to invest in community service, work